A couple days ago, I went to Target where I saw this cardboard cutout with a name tag on it saying Lewis. So I of course pointed to it and said, Lewis. Then my girlfriend said, let's go find Lewis. And I said, he's right there. I was then dragged over to the Halloween section, and that's when I found out that apparently Target has this animatronic pumpkin guy named Lewis that's gone viral on TikTok. Videos with millions of likes, which is crazy. Why exactly is this guy so popular? I don't know. All he really does is says this.
I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Louis.
Which is pretty funny. I don't know if it makes sense that it's gotten this popular, but I can kind of see why. Now, since I'm an animatronic guy, an animatronic going viral intrigued me, and I did a little bit of research on it. I found out that this guy was actually made last year and went viral then as well, and because of the popularity, he's being brought back with more advertising and stuff like that. And Lewis isn't the only animatronic. He's got a bunch of different friends. They call it Lewis and Friends, very creative name there. So I thought this would be an interesting thing to make a video about. Clearly people are interested in this guy, and there are other animatronics people might be interested in as well, so I want to take a look at them. So last time I went, I didn't know much about these guys, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. I just looked for Lewis, who wasn't actually there. So let's head over back, look at the animatronics, and find an actual Lewis animatronic. Before I go over to Target, I do want to say, please buy my plush. It's only available for a limited time, so get it quick. Thank you to Puggos, Attic, Hippo, Funtime Lefty, Rotary, PF, Geo, K Coleman, Com Traveler, and everyone else that has bought it so far. But yeah, let's go to Target. So I headed over to Target and was once again greeted with that big cardboard cutout of Lewis. I originally thought this was Lewis himself, but apparently it's just this cardboard cutout he made telling trick-or-treaters to go follow him. Lewis, why are you telling kids to come follow you for candy? That's kinda weird, but I did exactly that and followed the arrow, which led me into a wall. I eventually made it over to the Halloween section where I was immediately greeted with a new animatronic who you might think is Lewis dressed up with a guitar, but it's not. Since Lewis was so popular, I decided to bring him back, as well as some new guys, like this guy, Billy. He's also a jack-o'-lantern dude. He's got this guitar, very familiar looking guitar, and he actually plays songs. Listen to this. Pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, this guy right here is apparently named Billy. He looks very similar to Lewis. Maybe it's his son or something like that. I don't know, maybe I should have looked more into the Target lore to figure out what's up with this guy. If I was good at making things, I would for sure make a Bonnie costume and reskin this guy, because it's Bonnie. It's got his guitar and everything. Anyway, let's go on to the next animatronic. So, that guy was Billy. This big guy, he's Bruce. I think he's my favorite one, honestly. He's very large, and his name's Bruce.
Trick-or-treaters and candy seekers. Have a happy Halloween.
I swear he says his name's Bruce.
My name is Bruce, and I'm about to come. So maybe come and listen to me.
So Bruce, a very big skeleton guy, so big I could barely even fit him in frame. But there he is as well. Just like Lewis, Bruce also says his name. He says, my name's Bruce. I think he deserves a little more credit for that, don't you think? I think for 2024, instead of Lewis going viral, we should get Bruce to go viral. Bruce kind of reminds me of the Skull Trooper. He's this skeleton guy and he glows green. They should get him in Fortnite. They also had this animatronic. I don't know his name though. Now, like I mentioned before, this Target unfortunately didn't have Lewis himself. I don't know if they just haven't gotten him yet or if somebody just already bought Lewis, but he wasn't there, so I did have to end up going to a different Target location. Okay, here he is. We're at a different Target now. The other one didn't have Lewis, but here he is right now. Unfortunately, he doesn't work. I'm not really sure why, so that's sad. SMH. Yeah, that's him. I mean, it's nothing special, really. But
what?
That's the man himself.
He's very special to me.
And another bad thing, although we finally did find a Lewis, he doesn't work. So I didn't get to hear him say the famous quote, although luckily Next to Bruce, there's actually a tiny version of Lewis who does say his name.
Yay.
My name is Lewis.
He did it.
So we got it. It wasn't from Lewis himself, it was from little Lewis or whatever, but we got the quote. We got to hear it. That's all I needed. There are also these other little guys.
Alright, so we got this little guy here. Then there's also these random people. I don't think they have names, because this guy, he doesn't talk. This guy does work. This guy doesn't talk. And then there's this dude, doesn't talk. Oh! I don't like that one.
That thing was pretty weird. At first I thought it was just like a faceless thing, but after I tried climbing around the rubble, I did find that it does have a face under the sheet. So there's that.
Beware and don't fall. You might get a boomer.
I have no idea what he's saying.
I don't either.
I have no idea.
And then some other ones that do things. There's Pumpkin Iron, which is a skeleton that pumps iron. Good pun there. And then there's the Punk Rock Ghoul or something like that. I think they could have done a better name than that. They should have made him a pumpkin guy and called him like Pump Rock Ghoul or Punkin Rock. That sounded more clever in my head, but it's better than what they did. I do actually kind of like this guy. He's a little bit funny.
It's funny, right? He's funny.
And then there's also this weird screaming guy who I don't like.
He's so weird.
Yeah, I believe that is all of the Lewis and Friends animatronics. I think it's a pretty interesting thing. I don't think any of them are phenomenal, but I do kind of like them, and I can kind of see why Lewis himself has gotten so popular. And you know what? If this video gets to 100,000 views before Halloween or something, I'll buy a Lewis animatronic. Those things are a lot of money. So yeah, this video is pretty different than usual. I don't usually just film stuff in public like that, and I also haven't made any videos about just an animatronic completely separate from FNAF or Chuck E. Cheese, so doing a big random thing here. I hope you guys enjoy. But definitely let me know if you like this type of thing, because if this video performs well, I could definitely do stuff like this with Spirit Halloween animatronics or whatever. Or I could just go back to FNAF and Chuck E. Cheese. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I thought this was just a goofy little thing, this guy named Lewis. What a silly concept there. So thought I'd make a video about it. But we are now at the end of the video. So if you want to subscribe, you can click the button on top of my head. If you want to watch one of my last animatronic videos, you can click that button over there. And if you want to see some other video I made, you can click that button over there. And I'll see you if we ever go back to Target. I hope not.